Episode 1, turn about target. There it is, we can see it. It's the emissary of peace from the east. The president's private plane is arriving at God Lake. Can you hear it? The cheers of the crowd. Welcome, Zengfa Republic. Welcome, Mr. President. Mr. President, this way please. Your audience awaits. My dear friends, there is a reason for my visit. A few days ago, a smuggling ring that has long plagued my nation was exposed and crushed. This was possible thanks to your country's Prosecutor's office. From the bottom of my heart, I convey unto them my utmost gratitude. However, the battle is still not over. I declare here and now, the hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil. Hurry! Contact the Prosecutor's office! We need that man! Miles Edgeworth. If there's anyone who can solve this case, it's him! March 25th, actually, 2:46 PM, God Lake Park audience area. I could not get that date right at all then. Hello everyone, Triple S here, and welcome to Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path. This is the fan-translated version, I guess, could say. Just fan-translated second Miles Edgeworth game, which I think is like Gyakuten Kenji 2, I think, in Japanese? Maybe? I could be wrong about that. But, yeah, this game I've never actually played before, so I don't know about like any of the cases, any of the characters. I've got no idea, though I do recognise God Lake from the original trilogy, so I do recognise that, and of course we all recognise Miles Edgeworth, but also I just want to point out one little thing before we start. In this game, they have introduced a new minigame. However, the minigame is a timed kind of thing, so it's like it gives you like multiple options and then you have to pick which one to go with in a certain amount of time. So there might be cases where I might have to just, if I panic, I might have to pause the emulator just so I can think. And I do have a guide up, which is a different kind of guide, so it might be a bit difficult for me to understand what they want me to do because it's not written by the same people who did the guides for like the first 3 Ace Attorney games and, you know, Apollo Justice and that. But I do have a guide up, and I have the options, so I might, after each option, just stop for a second, update my guide, and then carry on so I don't get confused about which one I need to pick. Just saying that out right now, because it's going to come up throughout the entire game. So let's start with Ace Attorney Investigations Miles Edgeworth, Prosecutor's Path, Turnabout, Target. There he is. Word of this must have reached every corner of the world by now. Also, I actually should have mentioned this as well. If you hear any like bugs, like audio bugs, or if the game crashes at any point, I do apologise, but this is like an emulator version of a fan translate, which is maybe not entirely stable. Like there can be some problems with it, but I do have like all the saves of like all the parts, so if I do lose my save file, I can, I guess, load back into where I lost, but we'll see. An assassination attempt on the President of the Republic of Zengfa. My name is Miles Edgeworth. I'm a prosecutor. I was asked to investigate this grave incident, but upon my arrival... Mr. Edgeworth! We've been waiting for you, sir. This man is Dick Gumshoe. He's a detective with the local precinct who assists me on all cases under my jurisdiction. What is the President's current condition? I'm still not sure, sir. The paramedics just entered this plane a few moments ago. I see. I hope it's nothing too serious. Very well, Detective. Please show me around the crime scene. Roger that, sir. Hey, mister! Just a minute, I'm begging you. What's this? Mister, you're the prosecutor in charge around these parts, right? Can I ask you a little something real quick? I'm afraid I must refrain from commenting for now. Let's go, Detective. Hey, wait! Mr. Prosecutor! Hold on, Miss Edgeworth. Wait for me, sir. Now then, Detective. Care to fill me in on the details? God, look at his muzzles. Basically, the whole thing happened here in God Lake Park. There was a big welcoming event for the President of the Republic of Zhengfa. The President of Zhengfa, Dijun Huang. As I recall, newspapers and news programs were making quite a deal over his visit. Newspaper article data jotted down in my organizer. It rained a bit, but it stopped just before his plane landed. He came out, and all of a sudden, in the middle of his speech, bang! A gunshot. At least, I think he was. You think? Truth is, I just got here as well, so I don't know all the details, sir. So you were also called here on short notice? Yep, and today was supposed to be my day off. I was supposed to be at the High Prosecutor's office, preparing a case for trial. The Chief Prosecutor asked for you personally, sir. The Chief Prosecutor? The Chief Prosecutor was taking part in the welcoming event. Apparently, the Chief called out right after the incident occurred. Call Prosecutor Edgeworth. He's the only one who can solve this case, he said. I see. So that's what happened. After the incident, we sealed off the park right away. Which means the assassin is still in the park. An assassin in this crowd. This could get dangerous, sir. If there is another incident, these civilians could get in harm's way. This is a race against time. Let's begin the investigation. First, we investigate the crime scene and gather some information. Precisely. There's no mistaking it. The President was targeted with a gun. A shooting of the President, even under such tight security, the President was fired during the speech. Logic added. This is something I'll have to keep in mind. Detective Gumshoe. Where was security at the time of the gunfire? The police were only in charge of guarding the park's perimeter. The President was being protected by his own personal bodyguards. It's those guys over there. Why don't you try talking to them, sir? Tweedledee and Tweedledum over there. To talk to someone, press the A button while standing near them. Okay, I know that. So, that's what I'm gonna do, so on my button set up for this talk. What do you want? You are the President's bodyguards, correct? What was the President's security detail like during the speech? The President had his 2 best men by his side, the rest were stationed near the stage area. We're professionals. We constantly kept our eyes on the crowd, scanning for any signs of suspicious activity. I see. In other words, security was flawless during the President's speech. Security was flawless, any suspicious people would have been noticed. Logic added. Let's keep going. We should talk to other people and examine anything suspicious. In order to collect the remaining pieces of information from the scene of the crime... Huh? I see. So that's how you round up your info. So what do you do with all that info after it's squared away? Someone in the crowd is making quite a ruckus, but I don't have time for that now. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! Tell me how, please! After gathering some pieces of information, you tried to find the connections between them. Detective. Hey now, don't be such a stick in the mud. What's this about finding connections? You connect the 2 pieces of information that share a link. That's Mr. Edgeworth's specialty. There. It's called logic, pal. I was going to say speciality, but that's not a word. Press the L button to use logic and the X button to connect my thoughts. I should start by pressing the L button to use logic. What button do I have set up on my Xbox controller for this? Left trigger, right. So, shoot your President, screen during speech, connect. Someone was able to fire a gun under flawless security. And they were able to avoid being spotted by professional bodyguards. This is no easy task. There had to be a certain amount of preparation beforehand. It's very likely that the President's assassination was a premeditated crime, Assassination attempt. The president was targeted during his speech. This was likely a premeditated crime. Logic added. I expected nothing less from Mr. Edgeworth. What brilliant logic, sir. Yes, well, when you follow the facts and find a connection, you'll begin to see the truth. However, if the information doesn't line up properly, I may stray farther from the truth. But if I think carefully before piecing the leads together, the logic should flow. Begin investigation, Gold Lake Park, stage. Okay, let's start by examining everything we can. To examine, I approach anything that looks suspicious and press the A button. And if I want to consult with Gumshoe, I press the Y button. Is my laptop going crazy now? Yeah, it's heating up. Just had the fans turn on. Okay, so we walk to... I keep trying to do the thumbstick. What's out here? This is... Yeah, I was surprised too. No matter how you look at it, it's definitely... the Steel Samurai. Woo! The Steel Samurai? Warrior of near oldie Tokyo? A hero from a popular TV program. Popular with both children and adults, it has broad appeal. Why would they use a Steel Samurai balloon at the welcoming event, sir? Perhaps he was chosen as the hero to represent our country. I won't rest until I've inspected every suspicious-looking nook and cranny. He's going to say that a lot, and I'm not going to read it out all the time. So we just look at the balloon first. Poor Steel Samurai balloon. Looks so miserable. Indeed, what did it do to deserve such a fate? According to witnesses, a gunshot was heard when the balloon popped. Did a bullet from the gun hit the Steel Samurai balloon? Ruptured balloon burst at the time of the gunshot. Was it hit by the bullet? Logic added. Maybe it was an assassination attempt on the Steel Samurai. To desecrate the Steel Samurai like this? This is a serious crime. Detective, we must not let this reprehensible assassin get away with this. Of course, sir. Steel Samurai balloon data jot down in my organizer. We'll look at the flag here. It's the flag of the Republic of Zengfa. Its symbol appears to be a phoenix motif. This is... What is it, sir? Haven't you noticed? There is an unusual spot on this flag. Compared to the flag on the opposite side of the stage. There isn't a speck of dirt on it. This flag is spotless, sir. Yes, that is what the flag is supposed to look like. However, there is one spot on this flag that is out of place. Where is it, sir? Please explain it so I can understand. What a helpless man. I suppose I should point it out to him. Move the cursor to the unusual spot on the flag and press the X button to present it. Well, for me it's the Y button. Oh my god. There we go. There is an unusual hole in this flag. Ah, you're right. Judging from the burn marks around the hole, it appears to be a bullet hole. A bullet hole? Then the bullet from the gun must have gone through the flag. Flag with the bullet hole decorated the right side of the stage has a bullet hole. Logic added. I seem to have gathered a few pieces of pertinent information. Now to calmly use some logic and figure out if any of them are connected to each other. Is that it? So, logic. We do ruptured balloon with flag with a bullet hole. Connect. As a result of the gunshots, there is a bullet hole in a flag and a ruptured balloon. That must mean 2 shots were fired, sir. If we include the shot that hit the president, it's possible that 3 shots were fired in total. No, it's also possible that the flag and the balloon were punctured by the same bullet. If only we could be certain about the number of gunshots. Investigation complete! Now then, let's continue the investigation. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor! If you find anything new, could you please let me know? I've been wondering for a while now, but who exactly is that woman? I thought she was just a nosy onlooker, but it looks like she's investigating too. Hey! Please, I'm begging you! In order to figure out how many shots were fired, we'll need to talk to a witness. It can't be helped. Let's try talking to her. Oh, Mr. Prosecutor. The name's Nicole Swift. Just between you and me, this case is gonna be my exclusive scoop. Exclusive, huh? Miss Swift, is it? Could you tell me what you witnessed during... So how's your investigation coming along? You're got a suspect yet? Where'd you get that frilly doohickey around your neck? Could you please stop talking for a moment? I will be the one asking the questions. What is this, an interrogation? I reckoned I was gonna get myself an interview. I'd like to know how many gunshots were fired. Can you please tell me what you saw? Well, I guess. I ain't telling you nothing. What? My life depends on info. I ain't giving it up that easily. Don't be selfish, pal. Won't you please cooperate with us? Selfish? If you ain't gonna share no info with me, then I'm gonna get it from elsewhere. Wait a minute, pal. If I wait, are you gonna give me what I want? If not, adios, amigos. She won't budge. We're at a stalemate here. A stalemate? I wonder about that. What do you mean, sir? As you know, chess is one of my hobbies. How does one go on the offensive against a defensive opponent? There are many tactics available on the chessboard. Really? I don't know much about chess. I prefer checkers. Even if it appears to be a flawless defense, there is always an opening. Observe as I break down her defense with my words. In order to get her to talk, I'll need to use the right strategy. Using the image of a chess game, I need to stay one step ahead of my opponent. Here we go. Now then, let's analyse the situation. Until you give me some info, my chap's sealed shut. Okay, I'm just going to actually just do something with my guide here like I said I was going to, because we're going into logic chess now, so... Okay. Let's go. She has her guard up, so this is a defensive strategy. If I waste too much time, she may grow impatient. I just want to see something. Hang on. Okay. Nope, doesn't work. Okay. I need to pay attention to the time limits. Yep, time limit. So I can press, I think I set it up as P, but we'll see. Must not be careless with my words. When my opponent becomes agitated or aggressive... I told you I ain't talking. Yes, stubborn as a mule. For example, during times like this, I should calmly wait and see how things play out. The moment my opponent shows an opening, I'll be able to strike. First, I should ask about her identity. Now, let us begin. Logic chess. Begin. So, occupation. First, could you tell me your occupation? No way. If I told you, then you might get the wrong idea. The wrong idea? In other words, it's a job that you cannot tell others about. I never said that. I ain't some kind of suspicious person. Oh, wait and see. I'm just your run-of-the-mill model citizen. Please excuse my rudeness, I did not mean to offend you. I may not know the details of your job, but I'm sure that it is a reputable one. Ah, well... You might be giving me too much credit there. I ain't even done any major articles yet. Article writing job. Huh. I heard you mention articles just now. Does your job involve writing articles by any chance? Dang nabbit! That's right. I'm an investigative reporter. Bona fide up-and-coming news journalist. I see. A reporter. Should we already have some information about the case? This will be my next line of questioning. So we get that time back, but... This is where the real battle begins. I'll need to draw out even more information from her. Did you witness the incident? Were you present at the time the incident occurred? Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, how about some of that info you promised me? No, ladies first, I insist. I told you my trap's sealed shut, you ain't gonna... you ain't getting my info that easily. Wait and see. This is my livelihood here. Please, I'm begging you. If you stick your head in too deep, you may be putting yourself in danger. I'm a pro after all. A few gunshots don't scare me. You heard gunshots? I'll admit you're dedicated to your job, however, you still have much to learn. The fact that you heard the gunshots clearly means that you were present during the incident. You must have seen something. But busted again. I just happened to be here covering the speech, and that's when it all went south. That's all, I swear. Ain't saying another word. So she was here to write an article about the speech. She should still have the material she gathered for her article. This could be a useful clue. Content of your coverage. You said that you are a reporter. Did you come here to gather news material? If you want to know that bad, give me some info first. No, you first. Show me what you've gathered. Honest to Betsy, I don't know what you're talking about. Let me try using that clue. You must... See, that time, I always have to make sure that I'm on the right thing because it kept seeming like it was going to be on A. I labelled them AB or 1-2, but I do AB just to make sure. And last time it was on A. That time it switched down to B to wait and see. So I always have to pause to make sure I'm clicking the right thing. But what was it? You must still have the materials. Are you telling me that you came here to gather material and you left empty-handed? You should still have the materials you collected with you. That's... Darn tootin', I'm a pro. I collect info with my own 2 feet. That's why I ain't giving it up without a fight. As the prosecutor in charge of this case, I am making a serious plea for your cooperation. Don't you mess with me. I ain't handed it over and that's final. Wait and see. Please understand where I'm coming from, Mr. Prosecutor. Being a reporter is a tough job, isn't it? So you're finally getting it. How has your job performance been? Oh, well... I'm always trying to be the best reporter I can be. This here tape recorder. I always carry it by my side. Let me listen to that tape. I see. If you're trying to be the best reporter that you can be, then it would be unnatural for you to not have collected any news materials. You recorded it on your tape recorder, didn't you? The information regarding this case. Ah! Doggone it! There goes my exclusive scoop. That's right, I have it on my tape recorder. All the information I recorded from my article is right here. Checkmate. Logic chess complete. So that was logic chess. Bit of a weird thing, and I'm not a massive fan of it because of the timedness of it, but... you assume it can be fine. Okay, I've got no idea when there's actually might be, like, to be continued in this, so for all I know, it could be now, it could be later. But, yeah, that's amazing, Mr. Prosecutor. Before I knew it, you done had me chattering like a chipmunk. Let me hear what you have on the tape recorder. If I listen to the tape, I should be able to determine the exact number of gunshots. Fine, but I won't let you have it for free. Other than my mentor, you're the only person to push me this far. In other words, you're gonna be my second mentor. Yep, that's how it's gonna be. I see. It's kinda like a second home, sir. And I got one more request. A 24-hour exclusive interview. Please, Mr. Prosecutor, this is my first and final request as your apprentice. This is difficult to accept, but unless I agree to it, I won't be able to listen to the tape. 24 hours is out of the question, but I will grant you an interview after we solve this case. What about being my second mentor? Also out of the question. Ah, don't be so ornery. Well, I guess you take what you get. It's all for the sake of my new scoop. Time to get the ball rolling. Let's begin our exclusive coverage. Well then, Miss Swift, please begin the playback of the tape recorder for me. Click. My dear friends, there is a reason for my visit. A few days ago, a smuggling ring that has long plagued my nation was exposed and crushed by Miles Edgeworth himself in the previous Miles Edgeworth game. I see. This was the President's speech. The President passionately addresses the crowd. He's deflating the rumours flying round about a recent decline in his approval ratings. This is my own commentary. I tried to create the feeling of actually being there. Huh? According to the schedule, there's a meeting after this. You seem quite pleased that the Yatagarasu incident has been resolved. Well, of course. It's a great honour for us as well. Whose voice is this? Those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was two older men. They kept on whispering to each other. Where have I heard this voice before? Oh, the gunshot's coming up. The President raises his fist in the air. The atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch. However, the battle is still not over. I declare here and now, the hammer of justice shall be brought down upon all evil. 2 shots. Why in tarnation? Whoa, 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 whoa! Nicole's tape recorder data jotted down in my organizer. It seems that 2 shots were fired. And what do you reckon? It's quite simple, really. Using the bullet's trajectory, we can deduce its flight path. 2 shots were fired, 1 bullet hit the President. That means the other shot left a hole in the flag and punctured the balloon. You understand now? The location of the perpetrator who fired the gun, the bullet that struck both the flag and the balloon was fired from here. Where do I put it? It's like down... Wait. Present an area in the lower left corner of the map. What? I thought it'd be like there to, you know, hit like the balloon here and hit wait. It can't be left. It can't be there because okay, I'm thinking they meant right, but I could be wrong. I'm gonna put it there and see what happens. Over here. That's right, the perpetrator definitely fired his gun from here. Would them bullets really hit their mark from the... Oh, God. It's Miss Edgeworth talking about here, pal. I'm sure he has a mission logic to back it up. When it's all said and done, he'll show you another one of his brilliant deductions. I'm looking forward to it myself. Come on, Miss Edgeworth. Do you think? Wait a second. Let me think. Huh. Hey, Mr. Prosecutor, don't push yourself too hard now. God damn it. Okay. Well, I'm so confused. This isn't the right spot. 2 shots were fired. I'm certain of it. Path of the bullets. The point where the 2 paths cross will reveal the location of the shooter. How is it down at the left then? I'm so confused. Okay, I'm going to do it there. How is it there? By connecting the bullet marks from the flag and the balloon, we'll end the bullet's trajectory. Oh, I get it. I thought it was like supposed to be going through the balloon. I thought it was like bottom right because they missed and hit the balloon, but still got... That's what I was thinking, but... Either way, it could have worked. Either way, it could have worked. It's likely that the bullet was fired from the left side of the audience area. See, it could have worked either direction, actually, Edgeworth, so screw you. Bullet trajectory data on my organizer. Just what I expect from Mr. Edgeworth. Detective Gumshoe, I would like to investigate the left side of the audience area. Yes, sir. Wait, you mean we have to move all these people? Yep, there's no time. We could be losing vital evidence for every second we let slip by. We must hurry. Yes, sir. Mentor number 2! Hey, Mentor number 2! Miss Swift, I assume you are addressing me. Of course, Mentor number 2. This is my time to shine. I'm an expert at crowd dispersal. Light the torches, release the hounds, and run them down. I appreciate your help, but please do not use those methods. Yeah. Also, please stop addressing me as your mentor. I never agreed to that position. I hear ya. I'll try to keep that in mind, Mr. Prosecutor. Off he goes. Miss Edgeworth, we're ready to begin the investigation, sir. Miss Swift here was all over the crowd helping us round them up, sir. Heh, this ain't nothing compared to my first mentor's mob wrangling skills. She seems to be used to this sort of thing. However, Miss Swift, all that running around seems to have caused your clothes to be covered with mud. I'll take care of the cleaning bill, if you like. Ah! Oh, you're talking about my parka? Don't you worry your fancy little head about it. It's reversible, so I can just flip it round later and it's good as new. That won't do much for mud stains, though. Well, Miss Edgeworth, let's restart the investigation, sir. The crowd has made a mess of the crime scene, but I hope some traces of the criminal are still left behind. Begin investigation, Gold Lake Park audience area. Well, looky, who's up here? We're going to talk to this guy. This is a terrible incident, indeed, Mr. Edgeworth. Who is this man again? I, Winston Payne, am willing to assist as prosecutor. He's a prosecutor? Why did you come here today? I accompanied the chief prosecutor. Huh? His voice sounds like the one that I heard on the tape earlier. Oh, it's him. Was he one of the men standing in front of Miss Swift? And where is the chief now? The chief is a busy man. He had special permission to leave the premises. The chief called me here and then left by himself. I'm not completely satisfied with this. Okay, maybe I was actually supposed to talk to him at some point to learn about that. Maybe, I don't know. God damn it, Google Chrome protection alert. Screw off. Okay, so garbage can. You need to go through the garbage? You prosecutors got a tough job. Detective Gumshoe. Right away, sir. So it's the detective's job to go through the trash. Prosecutors don't want to dirty their hands. Let's see. Hope I find something good. The detective seems to be a little too eager about searching through the trash. This is a winning popsicle stick. Detective. Sorry, sir. Let's see. Something related to the case. Huh? Look what I found, sir. Yes, good work. Let's have a closer look. I'll need to view this object from various angles to uncover the truth hidden within. Yes, sir, just give me the word and I'll spin the evidence round and round. Hold the R button and use the D-pad to rotate the object to a desired viewing angle. If you want to zoom in or zoom out, I'll move the evidence for you, sir. Press the X button to zoom in and the Y button to zoom out. Investigate every fine detail. If you find something suspicious, please let us know immediately, sir. Move the cursor to a spot of interest and press the A button to investigate it. Alright, let's give it a try. Right, I'm just gonna do this with my mouse without trying to figure out how to do the whole thing, but is it this? The clasp on the bag? Aha! Oh, what's this? It's a document of some sort. Let's see. President's security detail. These are the plans for the President's security, sir. Depicts the security layout. The bodyguards' names are written on here too. Rook and Knightley. The bodyguards are not from the Republic of Zengfar. It seems that the President hired a local security firm. Why didn't he use the police force of Zengfar? You want to know the reason? That's another big scoop. Do you know something about it? I was just at the Zengfar embassy the other day, fixing to get me some news material. That's when I heard... It sounds like the President's got plenty of enemies. He also don't get along too well with the top brass of the Zengfar police. I see. He doesn't even trust the people of his own country. This could be related to the assassination attempt. Security plans, data jot down in my organizer. But why would this document be in the bag? That is strange indeed. It concerns the safety of the Presidents. Normally, it would be under tight security. Huh? This bag? There's something else in it, sir. Ooh. This is... It's a gun, sir. Mr. Edgeworth, could this bag have belonged to the... Indeed, it is possible that the assassin may have thrown it away. It's a revolver. For something like this to appear in a place like this, 6-shot revolver, found in the trash near the audience area, a gun that is prohibited in this country. Logic added. Is this the work of a professional assassin? You must have used that document to carry out the crime, sir. This revolver. I will need to take a closer look at it. Okay, what we're looking at here then. Rotate to the front of the gun. And we're looking at the laser pointer. This is a laser pointer. It's an implement you attach to a gun to help you aim with the laser, sir. Just press here and... He's firing a red laser, sir. Did the assassin use this laser pointer to target the president? Laser pointer, a device that aims with a red laser, found attached to the assassination gun. Logic added. Oh, we're still not done here yet. We go to the back, and we're looking... If I zoom in... Looking at the bullets here. This gun fired 2 bullets. That matches the number of gunshots heard. This must be the murder weapon, sir. Revolver data jotted down in my organizer. This bag has provided us with lots of useful evidence. Dumpster diving really paid off, sir. Good work, detective. I have one more request. Please tell the forensics team to check the gun and the bag for fingerprints. Yes, sir. If we can obtain fingerprints, it would be a huge breakthrough in our investigation. I've got the results back, sir. That was fast. Of course! I made them double time it. Unfortunately, we couldn't find any fingerprints, sir. Are you certain you did a thorough search? I can't talk at all. A thorough search? Of course, we combed every inch. We even took out the bullets and examined them, sir. As expected, this won't be easy. They wore gloves, it seems like. Okay. Oh, and then it says, talk to the man above the garbage can under the tree. Already did that. I went straight to him because I recognised him as being Winston Payne. He talked to the TV cameraman at the bottom of the area by the van. Oh, this guy with the camera. Hello, sir. You are with the television crew, are you not? Oh, that's right, but... Then you must have recorded the speech. I'd like to see the footage. Yep. Yeah, about that. That will be difficult. What was that, pal? It's your duty as a citizen to cooperate with the investigation. After the incident, the guest knocked over the TV camera in the panic. All the footage was lost. If there was any footage left, it could have been vital evidence. Yeah, it's too bad, sir. What was that? Looks like you're in a jam, Miss Edgeworth. That voice. Oh, here she is. I was wondering when she was going to show up. Kay! She's jumping on a van. I like how she jumped off the van but couldn't jump over that rope. Long time no see, Miss Edgeworth. The hero of justice. Kay Faraday is here to save the day. Hero. I guess she wouldn't refer to herself as the heroine. So, have you given up on this great thief business yet? Nope, I haven't stopped. I'm just on vacation. I'm still in training to become the second Yatagarasu. About 2 weeks ago, this girl became involved in one of my cases. The mysterious phantom thief, the Yatagarasu. The case of a gentleman thief who seals the truth for the sake of justice. This girl's the successor to that great thief. If you need to pick a lock or you untie a rope, leave it to me. But since I'm still in training, I haven't actually stolen anything yet. Kay, what are you doing here? Isn't it obvious? I wanted to join in the festivities. She does seem to have a fondness for these kind of events. Afterwards, I thought I'd come meet up with you guys. Well, we're glad to see you. You look like you've been doing well, pal. It's been a while, Gummy. I'm glad you're doing well too. Kay, you said earlier that you could help me out. Hehehe. Please don't be surprised, Mr. Edgeworth. I took a photo that captures the exact moment of the crime. I see. Could you show it to us at once? The same as usual, I see. Can't you act even a little surprised? Yeah, that prosecutor's always in a sour mood. He even got annoyed when I called him my second mentor. Oh, by the way, I'm Nicole Swift, up-and-coming investigative reporter. Nice to meet you, Nicole. Yeah, Mr. Edgeworth, really... Enough idle chatter. Can you please just show us the photo? Fine. Here. Oh, look at that mark on his head. This is a photo I took right at the moment of the gunshots. It was awful. Everyone in the audience was running in panic. Also, those suitcases, I think it's really cool that those suitcases are actually like bulletproof and they can use them as shields. Really cool, that. This photo depicts the president and his 2 bodyguards. That guy, the guy on the left, very generic, but that guy on the right, I think he's going to be a character. Judging from the names written on the security plan, these 2 must be Rook and Knightley. What is this? Thank you, Kay. This will be a very important clue. Oh, you got that sharp look in your eyes. Did you find something, Mr. Prosecutor? In this photo, there is a contradiction. This photo? I don't see nothing. If you don't understand, then I'll show you. The scene captured in the photo and the evidence I have on hand. By comparing the 2, I'll find the contradiction. It's time for my deductive skills to come into play. First, I have to find the spot that holds the contradiction. We have to... Oh, did it automatically. Once I found the contradiction, I press the X button with conviction. Or the Y button. For me, on my controller. Then I present the evidence that contradicts the spot. What is it? Newspaper article? Why this? What's different between the 2? His clothing? No, I don't... Am I presenting the right thing here? Okay, I guess it must be that. Eureka! Miss Swift, this newspaper contains a photograph of the president. I'd like you to compare it with the photo Kay took at the scene. Oh, just give her the red dot, is that it? Really? Okay. Thought it'd be obvious. What do you mean? No! That's right. There's something on the president's forehead that wasn't there before. Obviously. Is that a mole? It certainly looks like a red mole. Red mole. In the photo of the incident, a red dot can be seen on the president's forehead. Logic added. That's foolish. It's hard to believe that a mole would pop out of thin air like that. Maybe a bug bit him, sir. That all? I thought you were onto something. Turns out it's just an itty-bitty bug bite. You were talking with such a serious look in your face. I was getting all excited. The way to the truth always begins with small contradictions. Ooh, that's a great way of putting it. I'll be using that for my article. Kay's camera data jotted down in my organizer. Logic time! Red mole. Laser pointer, which I would thought would be obvious, but... I've solved the mystery of the red mole. Huh? You mean it's not a bug bite, sir? It's nothing like a bug bite or an itchy rash. This is the light from a laser pointer. You mean a gun was aimed at the president's forehead? And right after that, the second gunshot was heard. That's certainly more than just an itch, sir. Indeed, I'm concerned for the president's well-being. It's become more and more likely that this gun was the weapon used in the attack. Assassin's revolver data updated in my organizer. But why did the criminal use a laser pointer, sir? That's right, they would have had a beam of light shining from their hands. Pew, 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 pew! Way too conspicuous. And if you follow the path of the laser, you will find out who fired the shot. That's not good at all. Oh yeah, I also took some other photos. Maybe the light from the laser pointer was captured on those. It's a long shot, but there may be a chance. Kay, could you show us those photos? Coming right up. Firstly, the photo from before the incident. Oh, I can see it right there. Your face is taking up most of the frame. I wanted to get a two-shot of me and the president. This was taken a little before the gunshots. And here's the one I showed you before. This was right after the first gunshot. Immediately after that, a second gunshot rang out. And then... what is this? You can't really see much in this photo. After that last photo, one of the running guests knocked me down. Looks like the shutter clicked just then. This doesn't look too helpful, pal. Well, those were all the photos I took. Case camera data updated in my organizer. I'd like to examine these in a bit more detail. Investigate which photo? Before the incident photo, the first one. Where can the light from the laser pointer be seen? Can I get it? Right there. I found it! What? Look just in front of this person in the red hood. Ah! There! Yep, that's probably the light from the laser pointer. But then, that red hooded person would be the assassin. We did it! It's all thanks to me, right? Right, as expected, the great thief has stolen the truth. Hehehehe. Perhaps the criminal can also be seen in the other photos. Let me examine these photos one more time. Investigate which photo. We want to go to after the incident. Where can the red hooded assassin be seen? Is that him right there? Ah, there! The red hooded assassin. Looks like they're escaping in the panic, sir. We can see the direction they ran in. Ah! The samurai dog banner. Right. The assassin escaped towards the right side of the audience area. This is Detective Gumshoe. Got it, sir. We'll investigate the right side of the audience area. I'm counting on you. Oh damn, that's creepy. The red hooded assassin. Since the park was sealed off, there's nowhere they could have run to. If we follow their trail, we'll definitely catch them. Now then, let's continue with the investigation. We'll definitely find some traces of the assassin. Okay, what am I looking for here? The samurai dog stand. I won't rest until blah 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 blah. Right down here, there's a red button. Wrong button. It's a red button, sir. Could this be... Red button, found near the stand, appears to have been ripped off from something. Logic added. This could be related to the person in the red hood. Ooh. I keep pressing the Y button. There's something red down there. Detective Gumshoe, please check underneath the food stall. Something stuck down here. Let's see. Here's a red raincoat. Could this be the assassin's? It appears that he got rid of his raincoat before he ran away. Red raincoat data jotted down in my organizer. Is it this? This sleeve is inside out. It's also missing a button. Raincoat sleeve, the right sleeve is turned inside out and a button is missing. Logic added. Okay, logic time. So, red button, raincoat sleeve, connect. It looks like the fallen button came from the raincoat. It probably fell off when the assassin took off the raincoat. If you look closely, you can see that the right sleeve is inside out, sir. It appears they took it off in a hurry. The button was probably torn off. After shooting the president, the assassin disposed of the gun and the bag in the garbage bin. Then, during the panic, they moved from the left to the right side of the audience area. The bullet's trajectory led us to suspect someone who was on the left side of the audience area. The assassin then took off the raincoat and hid it under the stand. The assassin was in a hurry to remove the raincoat. That's why there are signs that the right sleeve was hastily removed. It also explains why the button was torn off. If that's the case, why is the left sleeve not in the same state? Ah, that sleeve isn't inside out. On the contrary, the button is still tightly fixed. What do you mean, sir? To find the answer, we must examine this raincoat in detail. What am I looking for here? Well, first let's zoom in. Examine the bottom middle section of the raincoat around the zipper line. Here? Is this what you're talking about? I assume it must mean here. I'd like to investigate the inside of this raincoat. Dirty gumshoe. Got it! Aha! Bloodstain. This is a bloodstain. Judging by the location, this is most likely the assassin's own blood. So we're looking for someone who's injured, sir. Not just any injury, detective. An injury on their left arm. Well, what do you mean, sir? The criminal was in a hurry to take off their raincoat. That's why the right sleeve is inside out. On the other hand, the left sleeve remained unchanged. How did this difference arise? Quite simply, the assassin couldn't get his arm through the left sleeve. If you think of it like that, it all starts to add up. Furthermore, a bloodstain was found on the left side of the raincoat. I see. He couldn't get his injured arm to fit through the sleeve. Yes, indeed. I'd say the possibility is quite high. Red raincoat data updated in my organizer. It's all coming together. Investigation complete. Oh, thank you. Zeti Gumshoe, I want you to pull our assassin out of the crowd. Roger that, sir. Someone with an injured left arm, right? You must have a good head on your shoulders if you did see through me, Mr. Prosecutor. Finding the assassin with only that much evidence shouldn't be a problem at all. That's our Edgeworth. With everyone in the park sealed in, the assassin should still be within the crowd. I'm counting on you, Detective Gumshoe. Just gonna amend my guide here. Okay. It's gonna be a very long video. March 25th, 3:27 PM at God Lake Park audience area. Miss Edgeworth, we found a suspicious person in that condition, sir. That's gotta be the assassin. Okay, we haven't proven that this person is the assassin yet. For now, this is just a person of interest. Don't jump to conclusions. Got it. I'll control myself. There's no doubt that this is the guy who targeted the president, sir. It takes a daring person to target someone's life in front of an audience. Detective, bring him here. Courteously. Yes, sir. Hey, you guys, bring him here. Oh, I think we all know who this guy is. He's not carrying an umbrella, and his left arm is bandaged. You there, state your name. My name is John Doe. John Doe? That's an unusual name. That is correct. This man, have I seen him somewhere before? Prosecutor Edgeworth. You know my name? Yes, I have been observing your investigation. May I ask why you have called me here? We are searching for the assassin who attempted to murder the president. Do you recognise this red raincoat? I'm terribly sorry, but I'm afraid I do not. I believe that this raincoat belongs to the assassin. Oh my, that is terrible indeed. This person should also have a severe injury on the left side of their body. Precisely like yours. I have no relation to this. They stare down, mano a mano. It's like they're firing laser beams at their eyes. So, what happens next? Obviously a confrontation, pal. A battle of wits between two gentlemen. Should I hear his explanation? Here's explanation. The witness might lie or misunderstand. If you find a contradiction in their statements, you present evidence, pal. Press the R button to look at the organizer and the exponent to present. And if you don't find a contradiction, what do you do then? At those times, you press the witness for more details. To press the L button. Alright, sir. Could you give us a demonstration, please? Go, Mr. Prosecutor. You're America's best. She just won't quit. Mr. Doe's testimony. You understand that the person in the raincoat is suspicious. However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. I don't suppose you have proof. Clearly my left arm is injured, but I can still use my right arm. When it was raining, I used an umbrella. have no need for a raincoat. You didn't wear a raincoat. That's your claim? Yes. Not everyone uses a raincoat for protection against the rain. I'm an umbrella person after all. I'm definitely a raincoat person. Umbrellas will hinder your movements. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka. This wasn't what I wanted to talk about. Hope you understand, I'm not the assassin. Unfortunately, leaving a testimony unexamined goes against my principles. How troublesome. I am but a simple ice cream salesman. Oops. Please excuse me. In the panic earlier, my wound seems to have reopened. There's no mistaking that the owner of this raincoat is the assassin. Furthermore, the owner has an injured left arm. Mr. Doe, I shall reveal your true colours for all to see. Okay, so we're going to go... However, that doesn't mean that he was injured. So... That doesn't mean that he was injured. So do we have any proof? The proof that we have is the raincoat. Okay, the audio's bugging out a bit there, I apologise for that, but it's an emulator, so... Mr. Doe, you seem to be a very cautious person. However, today seems to be a difference, because you left this behind. You must be mistaken. That does not belong to me. Or perhaps you have evidence that proves otherwise? Mr. Doe, is your injury alright? The wound seems to have opened. Indeed it is. Quite troublesome. Yes, I'm sure it is. You have my deepest sympathies. After all, you would have escaped had your wounds not opened up. What do you mean? There is no mistaking that the one who wore this raincoat was injured. And I can prove that person was you. With this. On the inside of this raincoat, there is a small blood stain. It's the blood of the assassin. Attacking the president is a serious crime, pal. You'll cause an international incident. No matter how long you keep silent, your true nature will soon come to light. A blood test will settle this. The blood from the raincoats, and the blood from your bandaged arm. I have all the evidence I need. Why don't you just admit it? You're the assassin who attacked the president. I am not the assassin. You don't know when to give up. If this was a game of chess, you would have been checkmate a long time ago. Admit your defeat gracefully. He seems completely unfazed. I suppose I have no choice. I'll admit it. Indeed, the raincoat is mine. He confessed, sir. Arrest him! Arrest him! However, that does not mean I shot the president. What's that, pal? Prosecutor Edgeworth. All you have proven is that I wore the raincoat. What sort of crime is that? Mr. Doe's testimony part 2. I'm no assassin. I'm just a simple ice cream salesman. All I did was put on that red raincoat and listen to the president's speech. It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action just before the gunshot rang out. Everyone in the audience immediately tried to escape, creating a sort of state of panic. Are you satisfied this time? His story's getting fishier by the minute. He's really suspicious. Glaring at me won't help. We've got evidence. Here, look at this guy in the red raincoat. That's got to be the assassin. I see. That is certainly not me. What? Prosecutor Edgeworth, please consider this carefully. Was I really the only one who wore a red raincoat? Whether he was or not, the person in the photo can only be Mr. Doe. But why? This man's self-confidence and intensity... gets to me. Okay, so we've got to go to... It surprised me to see the bodyguards take action. And we press. So the bodyguards reacted before the gunshot went off. Yes, the bodyguards moved first. The one on the left side of the stage, in particular. You saw it all quite clearly. I have good eyesight. The names are written on the upper left of the security plan. The bodyguard on the left side would be Mr. Rook. That is correct. Mr. Ethan Rook, I believe. Perhaps he noticed the light from the laser pointer. That man is no ordinary individual. From their actions, I don't believe that the bodyguards were amateurs. This man isn't an ordinary individual either. Please add that statement to your testimony. As you wish. The man on the left side of the stage was exceptionally quick. Mr. Ethan Rook, as I recall. We present the security plans. Like that. It seems you aren't just a simple ice cream salesman after all. You think too highly of me, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Why would a simple ice cream salesman know the name of the president's bodyguard? The name of the bodyguard? Surely you jest. Didn't you say their names just a moment ago? Mr. Knightley and Mr. Rook? Correct. This is a diagram of the security plans. We learnt their names from this. However, please look. Only their surnames are written here. You distinctly said Ethan Rook. How did you know his full name when we did not? That's pretty weird, sir. Why do you know his name? Explain yourself. That was merely a slip of the tongue. It's true, this guy's the assassin. Young lady, you're being a little hasty. The reason I know his name is quite simple. What? I'm an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's. What? He and I have a bit of a connection. His is a name that I will never forget. Mr. Edgeworth, he's just telling a big fat lie. This is not a lie, I am just a simple ice cream salesman. And an acquaintance of Ethan Rook's. In that case, let's just ask Rook himself about this. Whether or not he's acquainted with this dubious ice cream salesman. As you wish, however, that may prove difficult now. He's currently busy with the President's security after all. Besides, even if I am not an acquaintance of Mr. Rook's, does that prove that I fired the gun? If you aren't the assassin, then why did you remove your raincoat? It was a little hot, and the rain had stopped. I wanted to air out the wound. Is there a problem with that? I just can't seem to corner him. Mr. Edgeworth, what are you doing? Hurry up and arrest him. That man's so suspicious. I'd even arrest him myself. Arrest him without evidence? How could I do such a thing? Come on, Miss Edgeworth. Can't you do something? Breaking news. The criminal is on the verge of escaping the prosecutor. Oh dear. They're already treating me like a criminal. I understand. Since I've been suspected this far, it seems I will have to tell the truth. The truth? What is he up to? I saw another person wearing a red hood. What? Surely that was the person who was in the photo. I first noticed him right before the speech when it was still raining. He caught my eye because his raincoat was the same colour as mine. In his hand I saw a laser pointer with the light aimed directly at the President. It can't be. There was another person wearing a red hood. I knew that if I wore the red raincoat, I'd be mistaken for the assassin. That is why I took off the raincoat. You saw an assassin wearing the same colour hood as yours? Ha! Wouldn't that be a nice coincidence? That's what I expected you would say, which is why I did not testify as such. Prosecutors and the police are a suspicious lot. I knew that nobody would believe me. At the moment of the incident, the assassin was very close to the prosecutor. Prosecutor? I only arrived after the incident. Not you, Prosecutor Edgeworth. That prosecutor over there. Huh? Me? Yes, you should be visible in that photo. Here, right in front of the person in the red hood. That's me, alright. What's your point? What's this man driving at? I have been observing your investigation this entire time, Prosecutor Edgeworth. I have noticed something strange. Something strange? It seems you still haven't noticed this contradiction yet. A contradiction? In this photo, the people who can be seen are the Chief, Mr. Payne, and the assassin. I don't see anything strange. Please think back carefully about the circumstances during the President's speech. I believe you are holding the evidence that contradicts this photo. Do I have evidence that contradicts this photo? I lost my, is it the tape recorder? It can't be! There's a contradiction between the photo and the tape. It seems you've noticed. Mr. Edgeworth, what's going on? There is a person missing from this photograph. Huh? Who is it? Yes, it's rather strange. Someone who should be there but is not. The person who should be in this photo is... Wait, her? Oh, Nicole Swift. Huh? Miss Swift? Why would you say that? Mr. Payne's voice was recorded on Miss Swift's tape. He was whispering quietly with the Chief Prosecutor. Those are from the folks standing in front of me. I reckon it was two older men. They kept on whispering to each other. It seems Miss Swift was near Mr. Payne when she recorded the speech. Ah, but she isn't anywhere in this photo. That is correct. Now, Mr. Prosecutor, who is the one you should be pursuing? Nicole Swift, would you mind giving us your testimony? Come on, it feels weird when you talk all formal like that. It's fine, I ain't got nothing to hide. Wow, this took a turn. Miss Swift's testimony. It ain't like I stayed in one spot while I was recording. I was moving around the audience area, shuffling here and there. I reckon this picture must have been snapped at a different time to my tape recording. So quit making that scary face, it ain't what you think. Miss Swift's tape recorded a conversation between my colleagues, Mr. Payne and the Chief Prosecutor. Why would Nicole be lying? That would mean... It'd mean Nicole Swift is the assassin, pal. You're gotta be kidding me. I ain't done nothing like that. Be that as it may, however, there is a contradiction in your testimony. Huh? I don't reckon so, no sir. It appears I must reveal this contradiction with evidence. Miss Swift's testimony, okay, so I reckon this picture must have been taken... We present... tape recorder. Miss Swift, a reporter shouldn't lie. I ain't lying. I'm an honest journalist. Perhaps, but there's no denying that the photo and the recording were taken at the same time. That's so. What makes you say that? The truth lies in these photos. This photo could only have been taken at the same time as your recording. Which spot shows that this was taken at the same time as the recording? Is it his fist in the air? Hopefully that works. Yeah, he did. Can you see the President with his fist raised in the air? What about it? Miss Swift, might we hear your tape one more time? You ain't gonna hear a word. Where you been treating me? Would you rather we charge you with obstruction of justice and seize it from you? Fine, you win. I'm no match for you, Mr. Prosecutor. The question is, during which part of his speech did the President raise his fist? No matter what sort of heinous criminal organisation there is, I will not allow them to exist. The President raises his fist in the air. The atmosphere is boiling to a fever pitch. Aha! Raises his fist straight from the horse's mouth, sir. This tape was recorded at the moment the President raised his fist overhead. Then that means... Nicole not being in this photo is really strange. Oh, but she's in the photo. Right here. The person in the red hood. It was you, Nicole Swift. Ah! You're the real assassin, aren't you, pal? That ain't so. I ain't never worn that red raincoat. This red raincoat in question belongs to... The guide is actually telling me John Doe. So, I guess I'm going to pick John Doe. The raincoat's owner is Mr. Doe. That much has been proven. You were wearing something else. A different red hood. Ah, okay. You mean there were 2 red hoodies, sir? Mr. Doe's last testimony was true. But we didn't find any other red raincoats. What Mr. Doe saw was a red hood, not a raincoat. Miss Swift, what was it you told us earlier about your parka? Huh? Oh, you mean when I said I ain't worried about it getting all dirty? It's reversible, so all I gotta do is turn it inside out and... Ah! As I thought. Mr. Edgeworth, the inside of her parka is... red! Indeed, and during the incident, she was using that side. What? Hey pal, what's the big idea? You're wrong. I've been wearing it like this the whole day. Well then, will you allow me to examine your parka? What are you expecting to find? We know it was raining prior to the President's speech. I believe you said earlier. Well, I don't use raincoats or umbrellas. Come rain or snow, all I need is my trusty parka. If you really didn't turn your parka inside out, then the inside should be dry. Hang on a minute, I ain't taking off this heavy backpack and putting it back on again. Sorry, but can't we do this another time? You think you can fool Mr. Edgeworth with that, pal? Alright then, pal. If we're really wrong, prove it. Show us the inside of the parka. Look deep into the parka. It wasn't me. I ain't no assassin. Miss Swift, if you want me to believe that, then you need to cooperate with us. Will you please tell us why you wore the red side of the parka? I'm sorry, Mr. Prosecutor. I had my reasons, honest. I'll tell you all everything. Just quit bullying me. Huh? Who's that? Whose voice was that? Hold on a sec. It's a little too early for the endgame. Hey, you in the fancy suit. Haven't you been jumping the gun ever since your opening move? This man was in Kay's photo. Whoa, I guess I should introduce myself first. My name is... Oh my god, hurry up please. Jesus Christ. Horace Knightley, the President's bodyguard. Second in command of his personal security unit. Ah! Watch it, pal. That's not a toy. Whoa, my bad. She just wants to come out and play. I can't seem to help it. Why do you have a gun if you're not a police officer? She's a lady of Zengfa. Only the President's bodyguards are authorized to use it. Anyway, back to business. I've got some news for you. There's good news and bad news. Which do you want to hear first? It makes no difference to me. Do as you wish. You sure? I'm giving you the first move. Alright, I got ya. I'll start with my pawn. It seems you enjoy chess. You play too, Mr. Fancy Suit. It's Edgeworth, and I do have a fondness for chess. Is that so? Well then, Chess Master Edgeworth, I'll start with the good news. The President's safe. Not even a scratch on him. Really? That's great, pal. It seems that the young lady was not a murderer after all. Good for you, Nicole. But I... Whoa there. Don't forget, there's still the bad news. The President is safe because his bodyguards protected him. Actually, I had nothing to do with it. It was the leader who protected him. At the cost of his own life. That would be the other bodyguard. Rook, was it? Yeah, that's right. Rook died to protect the President. What? Is that so? Rook is dead. What a shame. That means, Nicole... It means that the little lady killed him. My brother-in-arms. That ain't true. I ain't a murderer. Whoa there! Pipe down, little Miss Murderer. Geez, even if we had to make a sacrifice to protect the king, it was a pretty bad move. That castling. Sacrifices and castles? What's he talking about, sir? They're all chess terms. He's saying Rook's life was exchanged for the president's. This guy sure talks funny, sir. Horace Knightley, was it? What do you want? I'd like to examine the victim's body as soon as possible. And if it's possible, I'd like to question the president. Sorry, but I can't let you do that. What? I got another piece of news for you, and this one's a doozy. There's another piece of news. From here on out, this investigation will be handled by the Zengfar police. What? What's going on, pal? This case is under our jurisdiction. You have no right to interfere. You're Prosecutor Edgeworth, right? The President knows about you solving the Yatagarasu case. I'm honoured. That's why the Chief Prosecutor designated you to be in charge of the case. It seems the Chief Prosecutor made a little appeal to the President. But it looks like you're the wrong guy for the job. I didn't know you'd have this kind of reaction. It's the President's orders. If you oppose, you'll cause an international incident. Capiche? Hey little lady, get over here. We'll continue our questioning inside the President's plane. No! I didn't do nothing! Hey now, don't be a baby. You scared of a little Zengfar justice? Mr. Prosecutor, please! Please help me! Miss Swift. It's clear that Miss Swift was the person in the red hood. However, that doesn't mean that the whole truth has been revealed. I really didn't do it. Please believe me. Is it really alright for it to end this way? All I see is a girl with eyes full of fear, pleading for her help. Certainly not someone who's committed a heinous crime. If I stand aside now and do nothing, the truth will be lost to the darkness. Ah! Huh? What? What? What the? You? Oh. Silence. What the is an impolite way to greet someone. Your neck injury has yet to heal, and you've already forgotten. No, not you, not now. It seems you've remembered. Hey, what are you doing? Cut it out, pal. You've got some nerve to do that right in front of a detective and a prosecutor. Stop! Stay out of this. He's out of your league. Mr. Doe, who on earth are you? I am not merely a simple ice cream salesman. He's a professional assassin. His name is Shelley the Killer. Shelley the Killer? There's no one in law enforcement who doesn't know the name the Killer. An assassin who will carry out any request without fail. He was once involved in a case I handled. It's been a while, Prosecutor Edgeworth. Although I do believe this is our first face-to-face meeting. The real assassin was you all along. That is correct. I received a request from a key individual to take the President's life. I should have seen his face before in the case files. Curses. I was careless. I'm glad I hid a knife inside my bandage before I entered the park, even though my calculations were a little off. A knife? Not a gun? Now, Mr. Knightley, shall we play that game you love so much? Of course the stakes will be your life. What are your demands? I want you to relinquish investigative authority back to Prosecutor Edgeworth. Investigative authority? What are you playing at? I simply want you to allow Edgeworth to continue his investigation. Huh? Why do you want that? Rook is an opponent who is connected to me by fate. I would like to discover the truth about his death. When that man died, the investigative authority was transferred to you. I'm simply asking you to give it back to this prosecutor. With your life at stake, this really isn't the time to be stubborn. Why you're just using the investigation to get close to the President. And what if I am? Indeed, in order to continue the investigation, it is necessary that we enter the President's plane. As the leader of the President's bodyguards, I won't allow it. Oh? I thought you were only second in command. Now that Rook's gone, I'm in charge. I'm not sure if you're as capable as Rook was. What are you saying? I'm totally the leader now. Very well, in that case, please exercise judgment befitting of a leader. You can lose your life here needlessly, or will you allow the investigation to continue? Gah! He's using the investigation as an excuse. Why would he go to all that trouble? What is this man's thinking? Prosecutor Edgeworth, I trust you have no objections. Let's continue the investigation. Mr. Edgeworth, what should we do, sir? For now, we have no choice but to accept his proposal. At least we'll be able to investigate. But, listen well, Detective. I'll use the investigation to buy us time. Meanwhile, gather up all your men. Surround the President's plane so that he can't escape. Right, roger that, sir. To be continued! I was wondering when we were finally going to get to it to be continued. An hour and 20 minutes just for the first episode. I mean, a lot of that, well, say not a lot of that, but some of that was taken up with me talking at the beginning and stuff, but woo! I need to actually figure out and put in the to be continued in the guide because I had no idea when it was actually going to finish. I thought it was going to finish a lot earlier than this, but it didn't. But anyway, yeah, that was the first part of Turnabout Target of External Investigations Miles Edgeworth Prosecutor's Path. We have bumped into Shelley the Killer. The Shelley the Killer, all the way back from the original trilogy, has revealed himself this time. But it seems like... who was actually doing the whole thing? Because there's two red hoods, he had a knife, but who was using the gun? Who was actually the assassin? Was it him, or was it Nicole? Because I'm still a bit dubious about who it actually was. I mean, he's saying he wants to get to the President, but was it actually him who shot at the President? Or was he just trying to get close enough with the knife? Was it Nicole who used the gun? Or is it just all a big coincidence that they both wore red hoods? It's weird. I'm not entirely sure what is all happening, but we should be able to find out next time. I think this case only has 2 parts, so... and I think each part also has a logic chess part to it, which I seem to have handled pretty well this first time, but we'll see in future where, like, sometimes the timer goes down really quickly, and I don't actually know what happens when it runs out. I don't know if you just lose, like, a life on your life bar, you know, or something, but we'll see. But anyway, thank you for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.